Hi, my name is Mike. Thanks for joining me today on my channel, Technically Church, where I share over 20 years of experience in audio, video, lighting, and multimedia. You can always find out more on my website at technicallychurch.com. Let's jump in. Today we're going to talk about laying out your Behringer WING console and how much you can actually customize every layer on this console. A lot of people may not realize just how you can customize literally everything, every layer, every position. So today I'm on a Behringer WING full-size console. I am running firmware version 3.0.5. Okay, so that's not super important for this video because this feature has been around, but I just wanted to be clear where I'm at. So when you first get your console, and depending on what console you're coming from, your brain, they kind of push you in a direction, right? Because every layer is labeled. You've got, I'm going to go through these layers one by one here. 1 through 12, 13 through 24, 25 through 36, 37 through 40, and your Auxes are combined. So what does that tell me? That tells me that channels 1 through 40 live on those layers, and then I have my 8 Auxes following that. Then I've got my bus masters, so the Wing has 16 buses, so that's where I view my 16 buses. Then I've got user layers 1 and 2. So what does my brain say? My brain says it's all in order. Users 1 and 2, you can customize. So if today my channels are not in the right order, I can go to user layer 1, I can put them in the order that I want them and use them, right? Then in the main center section here, you've got some new layers. You've got a DCA layer, a main matrix layer. Your Auxes are separate here in their own layer. And then again, you have a bus master, user 1 and 2. These are actually independent. So user 1 in the center is different from user 1 on the left. And then you have the same thing on the right. So you have very similar buttons over here. Here's the crazy thing. You can literally put anything anywhere. On channels 1 through 12 over here, you can put buses. You can put you can do channel 1 next to bus 1, next to main 1, next to matrix 2. That's on user layer, or not user layer, but layer 1 through 12. So you can literally customize anything. You've got your DCA layer, which defaults to DCAs 1 through 8 by default. You can throw a channel right in the middle of that. So you can literally customize every single layer. You can move every fader, every bus, every main, every matrix across every layer, every fader on this thing. It's incredible. Can also get a little crazy. So what I do is I try to live with all my channels. They're not in order, but all my channels are 1 through 40. And then I do use my user 1 and 2s as my mixing layers. However, I do mix stuff together. So I have channels sitting next to DCAs, sitting next to buses, right? Because I use buses for vocal, verb, and delay. I use DCAs to mix my band. So I've got the channels that I need to see sitting next to a DCA that would, do all my vocalists, sitting next to a drum DCA because my drums are buried on a second layer. Sitting next to, I need my vocal delay right here. So I kind of always have my hand on the lead vocalist and the vocal delay, that kind of thing. So I've got it all mixed up, but it works super well for me. I don't have to move layers when I'm mixing, and it works great. So how do you customize this? How do you actually move stuff around? It's actually pretty simple. Each section on the Wing has a view button. So you see view here, view here, view here. So we're going to click here. I'm going to go down to user layer 1. Again, it doesn't matter. I can be on any of these layers and customize it. User layer 1, view. Now I see what's on that user layer, and I'm going to go to config on my screen. So config gives me everything on the board, channels, buses, mains, DCAs, everything there. And at the bottom is my channel strip. So you literally just grab a channel, channel 3. I want channel 3 here, drag it down. I want to put a bus next to that, bus 1, grab it, drag it down. So now I have channel 3 here and bus 1 here. So again, you can grab matrices, mains, everything, move them all around. Doesn't matter. You're not unpatching anything or patching anything when you do this. All these channels still exist in the wing. They just may or may not be on a fader at that time. So you can I have tons of channels on my wing that live in the routing that are not always surfaced on a fader. They don't even exist in any of these layers sometimes because I'm not using them that day. So I'll move stuff in and out depending on the band. So it's a super cool feature. That's how you do it. Hope that helps. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Mike. You can always find out more on my website, technicallychurch.com, or on my YouTube channel, Technically Church. Look forward to seeing you soon.